This first question came from a chat that we had here on Discord a couple days ago. And I thought it was I think it's really important to talk about because there will be times in your DS dynamic, in your play, no matter how prepared you are, no matter how mindful you are, that miscommunications will happen and accidents or mistakes, if you want to call it that, will happen. And what happens when you as the dominant break your submissive's trust? And this question came in the other day. Has any subtype lost trust in their dominant before? And were they able to build that trust back over time? And then the further question is, if so, how? How were you able to rebuild trust? So for any of you in the chat who would like to share your thoughts or your stories that you feel comfortable doing, you are more than welcome to do so. But I think for me, I think that is a really important question that I want to just talk about for everyone, because you might very well run into that where you don't even intend to, but you cause a hurt and it breaks your submissive trust. You accidentally violate a boundary. Maybe you thought you fully communicated and you didn't. Maybe you miscommunicated. Maybe you thought you both understood each other and were on the same page, but you weren't. So even if your motives are totally pure and totally good, mistrust can happen. What do? Are you doomed? Is the dynamic doomed? Or is your DS life, your BDSM fun, just totally over? And I don't think so. I think you as the dominant can handle it in a very wise way to rebuild trust. So I think with this question, it's very important, dominants, to know how and why did you break trust? In what area did you break trust? Is this a physical safety thing where now they just don't want to do suspension bondage anymore because there was trust broken in that sense, in a physical element, in sort of one facet of your play? Or is this more of a character thing where maybe some inconsistencies in your words and behaviors are causing them to mistrust you? Or maybe this is a relational thing, that there are just old wounds or pent-up things that are causing mistrust. What do? And the first step, I would say, is identify where that point of trust has been broken and why. What did you communicate, even if you did not mean to, even if you did not intend to? What did you, intentionally or not, communicate to your submissive? What message did they receive? Because if you're confused about it, they obviously received a message that caused them to distrust you, and you don't feel like you sent that message. So I think it's identifying, number one, identify where the mistrust is and why it took place. And then I think discussing that with your submissive in a very, very safe and calm way. Wait till all emotions have died down. They are calm, you are calm, and then create that safety and just share, I feel like there is a little bit of a disconnection between us, and I want to rebuild that. What would it take, me as the dominant? What would it take? What do I have to show you? What are you looking for, submissive, so that you can trust me again? And then at that point, be consistent. Be very, very consistent in that realm, that behavior pattern, whatever they said, be very consistent in it. And the more time that goes by that your submissive sees a track record of your character, of your behavior, the more safety they're going to feel. So I think that's really the key, is you reestablish, after there's been a hurt or a mistrust, you reestablish that environment of safety. Because remember our flow. Remember our flow here. Safety, trust, vulnerability, then intimacy. If trust is lacking, that's the second step. So we have to go back a step. What's really lacking that's causing that lack of trust? Safety. So it's about consistently rebuilding that sense of safety, especially in whatever facet it was lost. Track record is a dead giveaway of future behavior. Absolutely. Patterns do not lie. Patterns do not lie. And even inconsistency is a pattern. Okay? So pay attention. Patterns do not lie.